What's up, Toes Game Horror 101 here, and welcome to another MLP merch review. And this one is really cool, I think, and really not so cool because the comics I didn't like. The two comics you see here, they're MLP Friends Forever, and I personally don't think they're that great. And the other thing we have is some new vinyl figures that just recently came out. If you pre-ordered them from Hot Topic, you'll probably be getting them soon if you haven't already. And if you pick them up in stores, you're probably going to start seeing them appear at various Hot Topics around you. So whichever way you decide to get them, the vinyl figures are going to run you around, these normal-sized ones are going to be around 12, 13 bucks, and you could get it for half off if you use the hot cash, or you could use hot cash in the future, and then the Discord's going to be around like 24 bucks. And but I think I said 12 to 13 here. They could go even higher than that, around 15, 16. I believe I got them for like $9, so that actually makes them around like $18. But that could just be a early online pre-order price, so they really do fluctuate, and these, after their Hot Topic exclusivity, they do become available elsewhere as well. I know Toys R Us gets some of the older ones, and there's just a slew of websites, but as for now, they're Hot Topic exclusives, as notified by the tiny little sticker over here. But let's jump into it. Let's talk about the comics, get them out of the way. I did mention I didn't like them very much, and let's explain why I didn't like them. They don't seem like stories that would exist. They seem like dumb concepts that were kind of like thrown together, and it's like, hey, wouldn't it be funny if this character did this, and that character would never do that, and it's just something totally just random and not a good idea on paper, maybe, or like in the mind, but then when you put the pen to paper, it just doesn't come out right. That's what I think a lot of these issues have been like, and that's why I haven't been talking about them. I mean, this Fluttershy one is like months old. I think it's like 4 months old now. And the Rainbow Dash and Trixie one, I just picked up and read it, and then I stopped reading it because I didn't really like it. And then I had to come back like a month later and finish it because it turned me off so bad that I was just like, oh, what am I reading? But you know what? It's different for everyone. Those are my opinions, and these run you $4 if you buy them new. So that's standard for IDW comics of this size. But the basic synopsis for the Fluttershy Zakor one is that Fluttershy is hearing animals talk in. But actually talk, not like little squeaks and whatever, and like bunny or beaver noises, or whatever they normally speak like. She's actually hearing them, hearing them speak English, and she's freaking out. But the question is, doesn't Fluttershy, why is this such a big deal that they're now speaking English? If Fluttershy can already communicate with them normally, she understands them in English, or she at least translates it to English when she talks, because obviously she can talk back and forth with animals. Why is this such a big deal? And she freaks out, and Fluttershy's supposed to be one with animals. You'd think she'd know this stuff already, and the only saving grace of this is at the end Discord shows up, but then it's more of a I wish this was just the Discord in Zakor, because they have some really neat dialogue, kind of alluding to some lore in the past. The Discord and Zakor know each other, and that's an interesting concept that I wish was explored. But instead we get this just very I don't think fully thought out plot of Fluttershy and all these animals. I'm not going to spoil exactly what the animals we're talking about and stuff. That's for you to find out if you really desperately need to find out, but I honestly think it is a skippable issue, and that is one of the benefits of these Friends Forever, or you could call it the secondary series to the main series or whatever. You don't have to read every single one. Every single one is independent of each other, so it's more of a pick and choose what you like. You can collect them all if you want, but you don't have to. And the Trixie one is a concept that is just as outlandish, if not more so, than the previous Fluttershy and Zakor one, because Trixie is now ruler of a race of diamond dogs, and she wants to get out of ruling them because she's tired of it, or really annoyed with them, or something like that. And she uses Rainbow Dash to ruse them into not wanting them or her to be their ruler anymore. And it's just this dreadfully confusing and frustrating plot. Why would Rainbow Dash even help Trixie? Yeah, obviously Trixie's reformed and everything, but the first thing you're gonna give to us that's like quote-unquote canon after her reformation is this, where she's trying to deceive a race of diamond dogs who are ultimately, they say that they're nice, that not all diamond dogs are like the ones that Rarity had to deal with, and now you're pulling these like terrible tricks on them, and being lying, deceitful, and they're trying to get out of something, and it's a very sloppily done thing, and it's just something like, yes, it's a new idea, but it's something that didn't need to be explored, at least in my opinion. Again, you guys can disagree, and that's just how I feel. I hope they get better. As of now, there's 2 more after this. There's a Pinkie Pie and a Luna, and then another one that came out recently that, again, every single one of these like setups I get really excited for. I'm like, wow, Zecora and Fluttershy, that's cool because they both live near the Everfree Forest, or Fluttershy's near it, and then Zecora's actually in it. It's like maybe they could do something cool, something scary. Maybe they have to like they get lost or something and they need to find their way, or I don't know. But there's all this potential to make something cool, something that builds off of, relationships that were kind of there but not really explained in the show, and, give more potential for the future. They could look back on these experiences, even if they're subtly referenced. They could be like, oh yeah, remember that one time? And yeah, but then it's like, I don't want them to subtly reference the one time you helped Trixie escape race of diamond dogs because she was ruling them, and like, how did she get in that situation in the first place? It was deceitful or whatever. Point is, very, very confusing, very annoying, and just very unnecessary. But it's me, Negative Nancy, that's my name. So let's move these out of the way, and let's talk about the Funko vinyl figures, because they are a little bit more fun to talk about because they're awesome. It's when you think MLP collectibles, I honestly think to these because they are so many, they are so consistent, they are, for the most part, very cleanly made, and they have, consistent pricing, and by consistent, they're all in the same range. Obviously, stores will have different fluctuations, but instead of just talking about them, let's pop them open and see what we get here. And the cool thing about this is, or this wave, is that this is now, the main 6 are now done. Like, all the main 6 have been released. Discord is the first like overly large one. I mean, we've had a few bigger ones. Big Mac was a little bit bigger. Trixie's box was actually a little bit bigger because of her hat that like stuck up. And but now we have this true larger one in the form of Discord. So you got Daring Do here. She's got the hat, and that's another cool thing about these figures is they stay true to their main common design. And Daring Do's gonna have her hat. Applejack has her hat, and Trixie has her hat. So that's something for fans to go gaga over, is that they have they have their clothes, they have all that stuff. Spitfire's got her outfit. It's not just Spitfire with no Wonderbolt's outfit. All that stuff. Nice little detail. It's even got the pocket on her thing. Her cutie mark is there. Looks like your cutie mark's actually cut off a little bit, but only on one side. So on one side it looks fine. Here it looks good. But on this side, I don't know if you can see it. It just gets cut off a little bit, which again is okay because in the box she's placed like this, so you never even see that side. And then if you put them on a shelf or something, you just position her this way, and you don't ever see that. MLP logo on the bottom, which is true for all of them. And that's pretty much it. Her Pegasus wings, are there. They're closed. This is, if I'm trying to think if this is the first time that the Pegasus wings are closed. If they are, that's pretty cool, something unique. Because honestly, I didn't like the fact that Daring Do was one of these, because I'm like, Daring Do is a minor character. She's not a fan favorite background pony, and she's not a main character, and she's not a villain or princess. So I feel like they should be limited to that. But if they're doing unique stuff, like here she's got the closed wings, which is something to go the extra mile to make it unique. So I do like this. Now that I took a closer look at it. This is the first time I'm opening it in the box. The other two I took a look in advance just to see what the quality is and all that. And one thing I will mention now that we've made it to Discord and Rarity is when I got these shipped from Hot Topic, they kind of damaged the boxes because they crammed them all into like one box to ship, and that's something I kind of don't like. And if you're definitely looking for, you know, the pristine quality boxes, I'd buy them in stores, or at least separate your purchases. You do have to pay a little bit more shipping if you do that, but you'll get the good boxes. And I don't think it's anything like a little bit of bending won't fix, like just kind of like pushing these boxes to like take their original shape back. And on Discord's the plastic, the frontal plastic sort of peeled off, and I'll show you once I get to Discord, but we're saving him for last because he's great. So we take out Rarity, and what I was really excited for with Rarity is that she is, her hair is just like crazy, and you know, it's crazy on the show and it looks really good, and I'm like, how are they going to capture that in the figure? And they just did a grandiose job. It is magnificent, it looks great, it's flowing, it's beautiful, and you know, her cutie mark is there, it's intact, it's on both sides. And I'll have to go back and look at all of them, because I know some of them have cutie marks on one side and some of them have it on both. Some of them have it on, you know, just the right, some of them have it on just the left, and I think from now on they're going consistent, they're doing it on both sides. But it's just funny. And you know, Rarity's got a pretty cool, like, I don't know, just this negative space here is pretty sweet. I think Vinyl Scratch has that too. You stick the finger in and it's like, yeah, negative space, whatever. But the tail curls around, it's so springy, and it's very it's just very clean cut. You can just see the curls. It's all painted properly, and it's just a very very good model. And if you are a fan of you know, just very high quality, I consider this pretty high quality. Obviously, it's no Figma or anything, but it's for what you're paying and stuff. These are super good, and obviously being a unicorn, she's got the horn and everything. That's there as well. But we already know horns from like Twilight and Dr. Hooves, which was one of the original, or it was in the Wave 2, but he was the first unicorn to come out. So anyway, point is, Rarity looks awesome, and Daring Do looks awesome, and now we're gonna move on to the piece de resistance, if you will, and that little box thing I mentioned. See, it's a little bit like you can put your finger in here and whatever. That's just a little bit of super glue put in there, fixing up the box. If you even want to go that far, you don't really have to. You could just, if you're not going to mess with the box, you won't even see it. Just put it on the shelf, and you know, just don't mention it. You'll forget about it. And just put that there, and let's get Discord out of here. And I originally thought Discord was going to look different because, you know, Funko has those blind box minis, and Discord looks a little bit different in those. He's a little bit more curved, like he's a little bit more S-shaped like this, where he's like hunched over and then his head's sticking out this way. But this one's a little bit more straight instead of like this. It's like this. So I don't know. I'm speechless. I'm at a loss for words. This is so good that, you know, every color is correct. Everything looks well. The paint from one section doesn't bleed into another. You've got a very menacing smile on Discord's face. You know, you've got the horns that are very nicely like attached. They're not falling off anytime soon. Same goes for the wings. You got the bat wing, the Pegasus wing, everything going on. You got like the tail. It's got its texture. And, you know, the feet, he stands up properly. He's not going to fall over. He, like, leans on his legs and his tail. So, you know, this is the grade A. If you're going to get one figure, you know, get the Discord, man. It's so good. And, yes, because it requires a little bit more material. It's a little bit bigger, you know, a little bit more paint. It is a little bit more pricey, which, you know, is to be expected, and which we already knew because these were, you know, announced prior, and they did say, you know, Discord's going to be a little bit more expensive, and then the pre-orders rolled along, and, you know, he was a little bit more expensive, but I think it's well worth the price. And if you're only buying one, like I said, you know, I definitely recommend the Discord if you like Discord. If not, then obviously get something else. But I can't wait to see what they do in the future with, you know, Celestia and Luna, because, you know, they're going to be coming out with those. I really want to see a triple set with the CMC. I do not want those to come out separately because they're going to be smaller. I'd rather get, you know, a set of them for like $20, get all three, instead of getting each separate one. And, you know, just having a bunch more boxes laying around. I'd like to have like one longer box, and I think I've covered this before, but I just want to see them experiment a little bit more with different shapes. And you know, for the standard ponies, keep them like this, but you know, bring in some Sombra or something. Bring in Queen Chrysalis. Oh, I would love to see like a Queen Chrysalis with like a regular changeling and then an infantry changeling with all the armor and stuff. Like, I would die for that. Like, I love Queen Chrysalis, and I just think like her figure would look awesome, especially with all the holes and stuff. You know, gotta love that negative space. But you know, this is what I got for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed. I will see you guys later. Camel Herder 101 out.